Right, has Monkey Boy gone out now? Excellent. I'm going to steal another one of his chocolate chip muffins. Ah! Whiplash! You twat!
Yes, Skeletor?
I've fallen over your tail again. I'm always doing that. You've made me look a right Burke now.
Oh, sorry, Skeletor.
Right, enough of that. Come to the kitchen and help me steal this chocolate chip muffin.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. Here it is. Have you got it?
Yes, I think so, Skeletor.
Right. Pick it up. Right. To you. Come on, let's go.
I think I'm going to drop it, Skeletor.
You're not going to drop it. Come on, let's go over here. Right, now hide it behind this pile of DVDs. Monkey Boy will never notice it. I'll eat that later. Right. Right. Now go away quickly before I beat you. Right. Right, let's get on with the video, everyone. Let's start in 5, 4, 3... Greetings! I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. We have another bumper crop of questions again this week, so let's get right into it. JamesFancher writes, are there any evil musical performances you could recommend for our consumption? Yes! I can recommend anything by Opeth or Between the Buried and Me. May I also suggest checking out my bedtime playlist. There are some lovely sounds on there. If you can listen to the whole playlist, you win a lollipop. Although I will not send the lollipop, you must collect it from me in person. If you have not claimed your lollipop within 48 hours, I will eat it for you. And thank you for your question, James. The next question comes from TravelswithJasonF, and he asks, what drink would you have? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, or Mountain Dew? Well, I would have Pepsi. Jason also asks, what's the best film out of Deathstalker, Beastmaster, or Barbarian Queen? Well, Jason, I'm afraid I haven't seen any of these. Which do you recommend? And Jason's third and final question is, what's the best horror film of the 80s? Nightmare on Elm Street, Death Ship, or Halloween? None of them! This distinction goes to The Thing, but thanks for your questions, Jason. Our next question comes from ChristineGwilt, and she asks, are you going to wear a hat and scruff to keep your skull warm? Well, my skull does not feel cold because I have no nerve endings on my head. They were all burned off with acid. I cannot wear a scruff because I have no neck around which to wrap it. I am unable to wear ties for the same reason. Any kind of neck attire simply falls off. Christine also asks, peanut butter, smooth or crunchy? Well, I prefer smooth. Thank you for asking, Christine. Our next set of questions comes from Kat, and she asks 8 questions. So, let's rattle through these quick-fire style. Number 1, can you kiss with no lips? No, I cannot. But I can lick. Number 2, do you vibe to the theme song from Ghostbusters? Yes, this song is loved by everybody without exception. Number 3, do you think Shaneology is good at being Skeletor? Yes, I do. Number 4, where is your Havoc staff? Whiplash! Whiplash, bring me my Havoc staff immediately. Hurry up.
Oh, yes, Skeletor. Here I come.
Hurry up. Where is it?
Here it is, Skeletor. Here it is. Oh, I've dropped it. Skeletor.
No, you useless twat. Get out of my sight immediately before I beat you. Take that with you.
Sorry, Skeletor.
Anyway, there was my Havoc staff. Question number 5. Why did you betray Hordak? Simple, because he is a twat. Number 6. Do you have any allergies? Yes, pumpkins. And this is a real thing. Number 7. If you had a nightmare lately, what was it about? Well, it was about spiders and ballet slippers. And finally, Kat asks, what is your biggest fear? Well, that would be spiders wearing ballet slippers. Thanks for your questions, Kat. BenStutley has 3 questions this week. Firstly, do you honestly find horror movies more frightening than brutal dystopian science fiction movies? No, I find science fiction to be more plausible and therefore far scarier. Secondly, Ben asks, being honest, shouldn't the folks in your comment section be corralled in some way pending a freedom of movement review? A bunch of complete and utter nutters. No! Only you should be subject to this type of restriction, Ben, as your next comment demonstrates. Thirdly, I am the very model of a modern Major General. This comment, in the form of a callback, is too clever for its own good, and my response is pigeons. Lots of pigeons. Thank you for your insane ramblings, Ben. StephenGray asks, what would happen to the universe and all that resides within it if your mint condition counterpart was to be released from his plastic prison? Do you think you would get along, or would a terrible rivalry ensue? Well, this is a difficult question, as Monkey Boy would never open my doppelganger for any reason. However, should this unlikely event occur, I think my twin and I would get along just fine. One or other of us would be available around the clock to give Beastman a kicking. One of us could wash the dishes and the other could dry. Best of all, one of us could distract Monkey Boy whilst the other stole bakery products, such as muffins, cakes and cookies. Thanks for the question, Stephen. LordMalvada has a series of questions. Number 1. Do you secretly bring home stuff out of a hotel room? Yes, the curtains. Upon checking out, I always make a complaint that my room had no curtains. The management always apologize profusely and blame their maintenance department. I have never been challenged and now have 17 sets of curtains from 15 different accommodation establishments. I have 3 pairs from one travel lodge in Bournemouth. Question 2. Would you be humiliated or pleased if anyone asked you to go to the website you most often visit? Neither. I rarely use the internet as I find it to be extremely pernicious. I once visited a website called Free Therapist Today, and it was not at all what I expected. Question 3. If money and ethics weren't an issue, what scientific experiment would you run if you became a mad scientist? Well, firstly, I would try to find out whether or not the flavour of dog poo is affected by what the dog has been eating. I would order Beastman to carry out all the research. Then I would run an experiment to determine why all dog poo smells the same. Again, I would instruct Beastman to investigate the reasons for this. Finally, I would endeavour to find out why stepping in dog poo usually causes a sideways slip. Beastman would be my test subject. All my experiments would involve dog poo and Beastman. Question 4. When you break wind, which type do you like best? Loud and proud or silent but deadly? Well, this is the type I prefer. I hope that answers your question. Finally, LordMalvada asks, have you experienced peeing in a pool? Yes, and I find it very relaxing, especially in a busy public pool. However, I also enjoy peeing into a pool, which is an entirely different action. Interestingly, experience has taught me that swimming pool attendants are powerless to stop this from happening, and I have always managed to complete my wee. Thank you for your questions, LordMalvada. And thank you, everybody. That's the end of this week's episode. If you have any questions for next week, please leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up and do share it with your minions. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and remember to click the notification bell to be alerted each time I upload a video. Right, I'm off to eat a chocolate muffin and watch Frankenfish. See you next time. Bye!